Okay, so we're back here for another installment of what I'm hoping can be another sort of learning video for History Maker Golf. I haven't done one of these in a little while, and this is a little different facet, different way to play. I don't usually do this because most of the time when I'm playing History Maker Golf, it is tournament mode, and you know, at some point I am going to do. I mean, I've done videos on tournament mode and showing how I play a tournament, doing especially the first couple of rounds, but you know, I haven't done those in a while, and maybe I'll make one that's kind of explicitly listed as a tutorial. But this is a little different style of play. Now, in golf, there are two primary scoring methods. Okay, first there is medal play, also known as stroke play, which is usually what we're simulating in tournament mode, especially the final round. Basically, you tee off. Each shot is enumerated. You do add penalties potentially if you hit it in the water or get an unplayable lie or whatever. But basically, if it takes you 4 shots on a par 4, you write down 4 and you play 18 holes, and then you total them up at the end, and that's your strokes. What you see on the TV is your relationship to par. So if you shoot a 69 on a par 72 course, that's going to show 3 under par for your score. But that is pure stroke play. Match play is a little different beast, and we're just going to go through it here. And I'm just going to play through kind of quickly, but I will try to... So match play is kind of like a mini tournament every hole, okay? We're taking 2 guys from the Pro National Golf Tour. You will hopefully recognize both of these guys, Gil Granbury and Dustin Emerick, a couple of big names. We're going to play match play with them. So, again, this is kind of like each hole is its own tournament. So, there's results. So you still keep track of your strokes, obviously. Now, there are some different inherent rules, such as, you know, you forfeit a hole if certain things happen. But pretty much it's still the same thing. You're counting up your scores. And the way that it works is whoever has the lowest score on the hole wins the hole. So it's like you get a point for that. Okay? So we'll play it out here, and then you can also have what's called having a hole, which it means that both guys got the same exact stroke score. So let's just go ahead and play this. We're going to play it Big Easy because I don't think I've done a tournament at Big Easy yet. Maybe I did. We will start with Emerick having the honor. And so, but this is another facet to when we play stroke play with History Maker Golf that we'll do. So only 2 degrees of course difficulty here. So it's 2, 4, 5. We will go to the par 4 chart, and 2, 4, 5 will, you know, we just go through the same rubric as usual. It's good. We're going to have to go to the short game check. And then is he stone? He's not stone. So we're going to have a pin roll. Okay, so let's roll the pin, and it's going to give us a result. 2 on the pin roll is going to mean an easy putt for par. So I'm just using dice. If you have extra tokens, you mean you could take one from a board game if you want, or you can just buy, I'm sure you could buy multicolored tokens. Just make sure that when you get them, you get 2 of each one, because the way you play this is that Emerick will be red because he's British. He has an easy putt for par. So you use this is what is called the match play green or marker board. And the nice thing is that these have little indications on here what each putt will be when you roll the putt. But so you put easy par, you put his marker on there, okay? Just like that. I've used this in playoffs because playoffs a lot of times are like match play. Actually, it's just sudden death match play. Unless you're in a major. So we're going to leave that there. We don't play the putt out in match play because putts or shots, especially putts, really are influenced by the score that has already been made, if you will. So, and I'll show you. Hopefully we get a chance where we see that. Okay, so now we get a white 6, but it's all 3, so we will do the special result here. And if there's some kind of a funky special result where it's something that is like, it gets blue chip every hole, we're not going to be doing it. I'm just going to warn you here because I've had this many times before. You get to play in a blown birdie putt, irritating comment from the gallery, moderate putt for par, and stormy the rest of the round. Okay, so that's at least one that we can deal with. So moderate putt for par. Okay. And Granbury is going to be stormy the rest of the round. All right, so the way we do this is we take the farthest from the hole first. So really it starts with this. It starts with a gimme putt. Okay, so usually the white 6, but it's because we had the triples. That's why we went to the special result. If we wouldn't have triples, it would have been the other attack the green, etc., etc. And we'll get more of these white 6s, I'm sure. But anyway, there are 3 layers to the putts. And if you look at the bottom of this, it gives you a little cue to it. Gimme is first. So gimme is basically like a tap-in, right? So then it's away. So everybody who's farther away has a less of a chance of making their putt than they would roll first. So in this case, Granbury being farther away, moderate, and what we'll use most of the time here, if not all the time, when it comes to everything except gimme, is the chances. So the moderate is a 1 to 5 putt. We'll roll the green die. Does he get a 1 to 5? He does get a 5, so that's a par. So we just keep track of that. Okay, he has a par, and it may even be worth putting his token on the par just in case you were to forget. Now, Emerick has an easy par putt. We will roll green and black, and as long as it's not 6s, he will make it. And he does make it. So they both end up with par. This is a halved hole. So on my score sheet, which is just off screen, I'll try and move it up here. I'm going to put little almost spare markings for bowling through there, and that just indicates that the hole was halved, which means they tied it, and they are still even through 1. Okay, we will go to the par 5 second now. Let's keep going. Emerick will still have the honor, and it's going to be 2, 3, 5. We go to the par 5 chart for this. Legend or Shaper, no. Hero, semi-hero, no dot. Champion, we will re-roll for the champion. Still no dot. So it'll be experience. So then we go to the experience chart. Par 5, green 5. Is he prospect? No. Moderate putt for birdie. We take the red and we'll put it moderate birdie putt. That's a 1 to 2. Okay. Now Granbury is up. And it's got another triple. Holy Moses. Mackerel. Whatever. Take your pick. We get Granbury. What are the chances of that? 2 special results in a row. What do we got here on 45? Missed green on third shot. Poor recovery. Confidence crisis. Difficult putt for par. Golfer given workman quality till further notice it missed. So a difficult par putt. And we will put it on difficult par. So now, again, we've got sort of a dilemma. Do we go 1 to 2 or 1 to 3? We will go with the 1 to 2. That's a moderate birdie, even though it's... I don't know. Let me double check, because I would do the lower odds first, but, you know, let me get it right here by the... Yeah, success range. So the 1 to 2 is going to go first. So it'll be Emerick first. Part of it would be, why am I going to worry about that? Well, in your own mind, you might say, well, if I roll them out of order, then there might be some kind of continuity issue. But instead, we're going to go Emerick first on a 1 to 2. Does he make his birdie? No. So then, when you miss a putt, you move diagonally up and to the right. Easy par. So now he's got to make his difficult par. Remember, he's got to workman till further notice. But he gets that. So he makes his par. We'll put par there. Now he needs to... Now Emerick needs the 6s to stay off of there to make his par as well. And we'll move it over there. And they're halved through 2 holes. Now we can start picking up the pace a little bit. We are starting to get the hang of this. So a tie is a halve. And when we get later in the round, we'll see some other stuff. Well, there are some things that can come about depending on how things work out. But we're going to go to par 3. 5 degrees of course difficulty. So Emerick being still having the honor, you get the honor when you have the lower score on the hole. And when we play our tournaments, I do this as well. So then, again, if you remember the other how-tos, we go 25, it's golf cam green. We look at the course card. So 6, par 3, is he friendly green? No. Is he a laser golfer? He's not either, so he's going to end up with a clutch putt for par. So we take the red one, we put it over on here on this column that says clutch. So that's going to be the third layer in our putts. So the first two go first. Gimme. Then whichever one is the lowest odds of the regular green settings here. Okay. And you go from the lowest odds up to the highest until we get done with those. And then you finish off with any clutch. But now let's go with Granbury. Okay, 46 will be rough in 1, so we have to resolve that before we put him on the green. And he's got a green 6, which is not a good roll there. Is he a master? No, he's going to end up with a double difficult putt for par. So we will put that right here, which is a 1. So we're going to have to, we don't have any gimme. We start with double difficult. We want to conclude this roll. So we are going to play the lag here. So when he lags, we're not going to use my rule. We're just going to play the standard one where we can move that straight up to easy so you can go up and over. So it's almost like a night, well, it's a little bit more than a night roll. You can go up 1 and over 3 on the chart to easy, but we still have to roll that out. Easy bogey. He'll make his bogey. We'll put him over on the bogey. Now, Emerick has to make the clutch par, which is a 1 to 4, and he makes it, so he will earn a blue chip, and he will get a par, and he will win the hole. So we will put a plus right there. So now we call him 1 up. He's 1 up on this hole. So very good. So let's keep on moving. Let's see if we can speed up the pace a little bit. Emerick will keep the honor. Now we're at the semi-daunting par 4. Fourth, 15 is golf cam course, and a 6 on a par 4 is daunting, semi-daunting. It's not daunting this time, a clutch birdie putt. So he's going to have a chance possibly to go 2 up here. Now it's Granbury next up, and he gets a 1, so it's going to be 1, 3, 6, golfer control. Duffer or scatter, neither of those. Hero, he's not a hero, so we go to mood, and he's stormy, remember. The green 6, we check that chart, and the green 6 is going to ask if he is sunny, and he's not. So it's going to be a difficult putt for par. Another time where we're going to have to resolve. Okay, so here is one other thing that we can do here. He's got a difficult putt for par. In match play, a lot of times, this is considered more of a gentleman's method of play. Maybe not at the Ryder Cup, but in some regards. So what we might do here is we're going to take the difficult par putt. Granbury needs to make a 1 to 3. If he misses it and then has a moderate bogey, if the best he can do is bogey, almost certainly, well, we will still try. So the only thing is we would try to make the clutch putt. If he makes the clutch putt, then we might give him the blue chip. It just depends on how you want to play it. Let's see if he makes the difficult par. He doesn't. Okay, so now we got a moderate bogey. Does he make the moderate bogey? 1 to 5, he does. So he ends up with a bogey. So now let's roll out the clutch birdie. In theory, and actually let's play this. I'm going to play it this way because it makes sense. So because he's made a bogey, you would need a 3-putt here, right? And the chances of Emerick 3-putting, well, let's just roll it out. 1 to 2, or no, he has a 1 to 4 birdie putt. What the heck? And he misses it, so he will get a red chip. Misses the blue. So now, what would happen, and what we are I don't know. If he had a gimme par putt, I think we would do the whole conceding the putt. you know what? Let's just do it here. You could say where if you're playing somebody else head. This is really good if you're playing somebody else head to head. If you're doing solitaire, it makes it kind of tough to do this. If someone else, if I was playing Granbury and I don't know, let's see, my something to consider here would be Granbury denying Emerick a chance at a blue chip by not giving him the clutch putt. With a 66% chance of making it, it's very likely he would earn a blue chip. If someone is gold, which is a 5 out of 6, it would be very likely. So that's something to consider in your solitaire play. My follower of the channel here, Larry Rice, if he was Emerick and he had, I would give him this putt and basically concede the hole to him. But because I'm playing solitaire here, I'm going to make the easy putt, and he makes it. So it is 2 up now. But you know what I'm saying? There is an element of sportsmanship to match play, and so a lot of times you would just give that putt. You might have even given the birdie putt because it was almost impossible to miss at that point for him. It was impossible for him to have the hole. So 2 up now for Emerick. 15. Sand in 1, so not such a great. So mostly because of the white 5, it's only 2 degrees of course difficulty, but he gets a bad roll here. 15, ends up sand in 1. Is he sandy? No, he's not. So he has an easy second putt for par. So Granbury is going to want to try and get a birdie on this hole. Okay, so here we finally get. That isn't 3 5s, right? Okay, so now this is where it gets a little sketchy. There are rules about this where the second guy now could very easily just say, oh, I'm going to take the gimme par. Instead, what you need to do is you actually need to put this on here as a gimme par, and you're going to have to make it. So Emerick will have to make that, and he will make that first. And if he does make this, I am going to go ahead and give him his blue chip for playing it safe. And he does. But it is a safe play, and so he earns a blue chip now. So that means he's got par. Probably going to have the hole as long as Emerick doesn't get 6s, and he doesn't. So we have 5. Now, I don't know. Maybe other people wouldn't give the blue chip. I think that's the way you should play that. All right, so now we're to 6. Emerick still with honors. Again, we'll put him at 6-6 for par. He's going to take the the safe play. 3 is going to end up with 36, which is sand in 2 and another green 6. Granbury's day has been pretty awful here so far. 4, and again, sand in 2 and a 6. He's not sandy, so again, a double difficult putt for par. And Emerick will make. I'm just going to roll 2. He's going to make his gimme par. He'll get the blue chip back. And now Granbury could either use the blue chip to make it difficult to try and have this hole, or he could just try and roll the 1. He's going to hold on to the blue chip. So can he make it? It's a 6. So he loses the hole. He doesn't even have to play it out. Emerick wins it now 3 up through 6. So once your score has been, once you can't make a score, the hole is over. You can just move on to the next hole. That's another thing that's kind of nice about this. The other nice thing about this, we're at 3 up after 6. You may get a quick round out of it. So Emerick back with the honor. Granbury yet to win a hole. And 1 degree of course difficulty, so 226 on the par 5 chart. Yeoman, no. Shaper, no. Champion, no dot. So it's going to go to experience, and he's an icon. Guess what? 2 is going to ask, are you, Dustin Emerick, an icon? And he is. This is going to be a gimme birdie putt. So we will get to throw that right there. Gimme birdie, a 6-6 miss. And Gil Granbury does not know what hit him, and I put the wrong one on there. We'll put the red one on there. Red for Emerick. Granbury 236. Can he at least get a birdie putt to try and have this hole? Duffer, no. Direct green, yes. Okay, he's going to get a moderate putt for eagle. He's going to hit a great second shot in here. So now, what we're going to do is, based on the order of play rules, the gimme putt goes first. That's going to be Emerick. So he'll roll 6-6, miss, and he gets the birdie. So we'll put him on birdie. We will now roll moderate eagle for Granbury. And he's got to make this. He is going to use the blue chip to go 1-4 and hope that he can win a hole here on a 1-4 chance. And it's no good. And so he's going to need to make 6-6 for the birdie to have the hole. And he does. So that's a have. Still 3 up for Emerick. So we see how this works now. We're going to go to 8. So a 3, 1-3-3, par 4, only 2 degrees of course difficulty. He's not a, wait, hold on, 1-3-3, Yeoman or puny, no. Hacker, no. Experience, 3 is going to ask if he is a prospect, and he's not, so this will be an easy birdie putt. I'm going to verify that. So I'm not leading you wrong. Yep, 3 is prospect, no, easy birdie putt. 1-4. Emerick is throwing it down here. Now Granbury with a 4, so we're going to go 33 golf cam course. Green 1. Par 4, green 1. Cordial hole, semi-cordial dot. Yes, so this will be a clutch birdie putt. Now, the way we do it, as we've said, we go gimme, away, clutch. So the away putt comes next, which is Emerick with a 1-4. He's going to use his blue chip to put the pressure on Emerick. So he's going to go from easy, he's going to slide horizontally to gimme by 1, and now it's a 6-6 miss. He will hole that out for a birdie, and now Granbury needs a clutch putt for birdie, which he's 1-3. He's only a 50% chance, and he misses it, so he gets a red chip, and he loses the hole, and he's going to go 4 down after 8. So a birdie for, so you can see how that works. You get an away putt and then a clutch putt, and that's going to heap the pressure on the guy, and that's the reason why the clutch putt goes last, is because it's going to take a little bit of temerity in order to make that. So now 9th hole, Emerick on the tee again, and he's got the white 6. He could attack the green with a 5, but instead he's just going to take his gimme par. Wrong one, red 1 goes there, and now we'll go with Granbury. And again, assuming he makes that gimme putt, he will get his blue chip. Same thing here, in a green 6, we're not going to attack the green with that, so they're both going to get blue chips here as long as they make these. So we will go Emerick first. Again, it's just basically arbitrary, whatever way you want to do it. Just, I would say, be consistent. Granbury will have his red chip neutralized. Emerick gets his blue chip, and they each get pars on 9, and it's still 4 up for Emerick on the way out. So coming back in now on the 10th, another white 6 for Emerick. He will put the par there. Gimme par. Now Granbury. Maybe Granbury with a chance at a birdie here if he can get. No, he's going to get 5. 22 is going to be trees in 1. Green 4. Trees in 1. Green 4. On a par 4. Workman. He got lucky. He was going to be Workman until further notice, but no. So it'll be a moderate putt for par here for Granbury. So Emerick will make his gimme first, and he'll get a blue chip out of that because that was another white 6 par. So now we've got the 1-5 moderate. Granbury has to make this, or he'll be 5 down through 10. He does make it. So halved. Again, 4 up for Emerick. Go to 11. And par 5, 1-2-4. Only 1 degree of course difficulty here. Duffer, no. Hacker no. Soft, he does not have the soft, so it's a moderate birdie putt. We will slap that down on there. And now Gil Granbury, who is needs to get something going here. 256. Legend no. Direct green. It's not a direct green this time, so it's going to go to the regular short game check. And it's a green 6, so that's not good whatsoever. He is not stone, so he has a difficult putt for par coming. So the 1-2 goes first for Emerick. 1-2 for a moderate birdie. And let's see. He's just going to try to make it. He knows that Granbury still has to make a tough par, so he's going to use strategy to his advantage and say, I'm not going to use my blue chips here. I'm going to try. If I make this, I win the hole. 1-2. And I rolled the wrong one, but it's a 1, and it's a birdie, so we're going to give it to him. They're the same 6-sided dice, so we could roll this one if you want to. Is it going to be? That one is 2, so. All right, birdies for Emerick. And Granbury is sitting on the green in 4, so he just has to go ahead and take his lumps with a, I guess in theory you would score it a gimme, a par, but usually you don't worry about scores in match play. As far as you can't really total up a match play score in terms of stroke. But now what we have is 5 up through 11 for Emerick. So what do we have left? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is where we get to a special case. We're getting close. If he were to win this next hole, it would be really close. But now Emerick at the 12th. He could have used blue chip here to try to take control, but instead 26 golf cam course. Green 2. Par 4, green 2. Cordial no. Daunting. Yes. Oh, it's going to be a clutch putt for bogey. Maybe I should have used the blue chips there. Okay. Maybe an opening for Granbury. Let's see. And he's going to get the white 6, which means he can put the 6-6 miss there. And so the gimme's going to go first. Does he make it? Sure enough, he does. And that's going to give him a par. We'll put it on the par now. Because the only thing that Emerick is at clutch bogey, he cannot... he can't win this hole, so we pick up, and we don't even worry about the we aren't going to worry about the clutch putt. He didn't have to even try and make it, so no blue chips, no red chips. It's just washed away. So that means it's back to 4 up. So finally Gil Granbury wins a hole. We'll go to 13, and he will have the honor now. And a 3 on this 1 degree of course difficulty hole, par 4. 3, 3, 6. Is Granbury hot? Okay, so now hot is left up to, if you've won 2 holes, you're hot in a row. If you've won 1 hole in a row, well, let me double check, because this is where it gets semi-hot 1 of the past 2 holes. Hot has won both the last 2 holes. So in this case, if you look at the scorecard down here, each of them has a win and a loss in the last 2 holes. So it's basically your last 2 holes score. So he is not hot. He is neutral. He has won 1 and he's lost 1 of them. So not hot. Is he dynamic? No. So we go to green. Dynamic would be found under experience. We go to golf cam green. Fortunately for Granbury, it is a friendly green. So with that green 6, par 4, friendly or laser, he would be, it doesn't matter. It's a clutch birdie putt. So he's going to get a chance maybe to go 2 in a row. Let's see what happens with Emerick. No reason for Emerick to be using a blue chip here. It's a pretty straightforward hole. 2, 2, 6. He's hoping for a straight up birdie putt. He'd love to do that and just neutralize this. 2, 2, 6. Yeoman or gilded, neither of those. Champion, semi-champion, no dot, doesn't get that golf cam green himself. And it's going to be the same check. It's a white 6. So, yeah, that's going to be a clutch putt for birdie for both of them. Okay, so now how do we do this? Who gets the clutch putt? I'll tell you what, this is the standard way that we should do it. Granbury had the honor. Let's say, does Granbury go first? Yes. Okay, so now we will roll his clutch putt, which his clutch putt is 1-3. Also, if you wanted to do it this way, he has the longer odds. That's another way to possibly do it. He has longer odds, so we'll give him the chance to make it first. He misses. He will lose his blue chip, and now he will go to easy par, which he will then make. In with a par. Now, Emerick needs a 1-4 to make this. He would earn a blue chip, and he would go back up to 5 up with a birdie. And he misses, so he will lose a blue chip. And now he needs to have the hole with this easy putt for par. And again, if we were playing more of a gentleman's, like head-to-head, I would probably just give my opponent that easy par putt because that's usually what you would do. But that's not the way we're going to work it here. So we've got 5 holes left, and it's still 4 up Emerick. So we're still a little bit away from the special case. So now 24, rough in 1, par 3. Green 6, master. He's not a master, so it's going to be a double difficult putt for par. Okay, so now Emerick up. And he's going to save his blue chip. He could use it here. It's going to be 3, so 16. Golf Cam course. Par 3 chart. Green 3. Cordial no, daunting no. It'll be a clutch putt for par. Okay, so Granbury has a double difficult putt for par, and he's got to make this first. Are we going to... He will lag it to get the easy bogey. He'll try and make that, and he does. So a bogey in. So now, if Emerick can make this clutch putt, 1-4, he would be 5 up with 4 to play. So let's just take a step back here. I'm going to make... Let's see if we make this. 1-4. He makes it. Game is over. So what am I saying? Okay. Let's just put this down. So this is a plus right here. 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 1. So that's 5 up. Only 4 holes to play. In gentlemen's golf, we say this match is over. Emerick has won 5 and 4. Okay. 5 up with 4 to play, called 5 and 4. Another thing that could have happened here was Emerick missed and would then have the easy bogey. He makes it. Let's just say he makes it. Both bogeys. Then they would have been tied. They would have been 4 up for Emerick with 4 to play. That's what's called dormy, which just is a signal to say you've got to win the rest of the holes, or else even a draw is no good. So that's another thing that might solicit a, let's say somebody hits it in the, let's say the guy who's behind hits it in the water on the next hole. He might just automatically concede the round, the match, because then it's over. So this is a, we're going to say 5 and 4 in favor of Emerick, and that's how this one goes. And so sometimes they go out to 18. Sometimes they finish closer to 10. This is actually a pretty lopsided result. So Gil Granbury had a rough go of it here today. But hopefully this has pretty much all of the general things that happen in a match play round. It's a fun way to play. Your Ryder Cups, your President's Cups do match play on the final day, twosomes. And there are other formats that are kind of similar. You could kind of do best ball, better ball. There's a few different foursomes is one. There's just a lot of different terminology, and they just have subtle nuances the way they play, but it's all basically match play. So okay, just a little over half an hour. Hit the like if you liked this match play video. Hopefully you guys with History Maker Golf, this will give you some thoughts as to new tournaments you could try. I mean, it's in the rule book as far as the game goes, but maybe it's tough to visualize without having somebody playing it in front of you. So I think most of the rules I would have gotten as far as like the right interpretations. If Keith or anybody from Play watches this and decides that something along the way I might have played a little fast and loose with, I would say, generally speaking, in match play, if you're playing solo, you're going to probably be hesitant to do the concessions of putts because you kind of, once you've played tournament mode or other types of modes of this, you know that 6-6 comes up more often than you would expect. And so there's always this, so you're telling me there's a chance aspect that you just don't want to concede. But in real golf, in real match play, it tends to be a pretty common thing. I mean, we've done Nassau's here. That's another thing that's sort of similar. But anyway, so match play. Have some fun. Pick a couple golfers. Pick a course. Go see who wins. These guys aren't that different, but Emerick got the rolls today, and the clutch putting helped him on a couple holes to pull ahead and win 5 and 4. So hit like, subscribe. See you soon back here on Tenacious Sports.